Yes, this is a problem. They have not taken responsibility. We can set aside our political differences.
The White House has literally admitted that the messages are authentic.
Who?
And that
Donald Trump didn't admit
Brian
this.
Hughes, the spokesperson for the National Security Council.
Well, the president did it.
So there you go. And number two, they have said,
we just heard from people that said he did it.
They have said they're looking into and trying to figure out how this happened.
What's happening, everybody? Boy, did I drop the ball. Earlier this week, I covered a CNN clip of Scott Jennings debating Tiffany Cross. Well, I missed two hilarious interactions between Scott Jennings and Tiffany Cross. So, unlike Democrats, I own up to my mistakes. So now I'm going to present to you those moments that I failed to cover the other day and learn from my mistakes. Anyway, let's watch Tiffany Cross tell all of us about how oppressed she is and how this country sucks. And then Scott Jennings, with the least amount of effort he's ever had to put into a rebuttal, make her look like an a-hole. Let's go.
So as a patriot, Scott, I find it really troubling because they ran on this whole idea of this pseudo-patriotism, this regressive masculine patriotism, yet everything they're doing runs against making America great. Well, it was never great, so I'm not going to say the again part, but making America great. You're trying to defend the indefensible. I absolutely feel that way. I absolutely feel that way. And I think if you had the history that my people had in this country, that you might have a modicum of understanding and respect for that. America was never great for me.
I think when we talk later about why the Democratic Party is so unpopular,
I'm not
it's that
here to
America
represent the Democrats. I'm here representing me, and I think it is a common understanding that America may have been great for you. It was not great for me. I think there are people who want her to fulfill that promise. But the point of this discussion right now is the national security of this country, which your party put at risk. I'm not a member of the Democratic Party. I'm not here to represent them. But for me as a journalist, I'm telling you, this was a huge problem. So instead of attacking Jeffrey Goldberg, what they could do is act like men and own this mistake, since they ran on this regressive masculinity campaign, act like men and say, you know what, we failed. But instead what you heard was this president yet again lie and say, oh, I don't know anything about it. Soon enough it's going to be, I don't know this Hexef guy that well. It's a consistent party of lies with this guy, and it's disturbing that there are so many people willing to defend this instead of saying, yes, this is a problem. They have not taken responsibility. We can set aside our political differences.
The White House has literally admitted that the messages are authentic.
Who?
And that
Donald Trump didn't admit
Brian
this.
Hughes, the spokesperson for the National Security Council.
Well, the president did it.
So there you go. And number two, we
just heard from people that said he did it.
They have said they're looking into and trying to figure out how this happened. You know, you raised the issue of patriotism. I think the Patriotic Act was what the president did in ordering the strikes in the first place. Go back in time. It was Biden who took the Houthis off the terrorist list and let this problem fester for 4 years. The only reason this situation occurs today is because they've been harassing ships, harassing our Navy, and finally Trump shows up, redesignates them, goes to war.
The ships are still not using the Red Sea, though.
Goes to war.
The ships have not returned to the Red Sea.
And the strike and the military precision at which it was carried out was incredible. So what we have here, you raised the issue of patriotism. The Patriotic Act is for the commander-in-chief to do the right thing, which he did in ordering the strike in the first place.
You know, Tiffany Cross is right. Some awful atrocities were committed against Black Americans in the past. But what does that have to do with her? And then the best, America was never great for me. She's literally sitting at a table with a bunch of white devils that she say oppresses her. So let me get this straight. You had a show on MSNBC, you have a high net worth, and you clearly have a voice as evidenced by how often you're on these shows. How on God's green earth has America not been great for you? I used to think people like her were just dumb and so caught up in their ideology that they were blind to everything they have to be grateful for. But now I think that she believes, maybe correctly so, that she needs to placate whoever the hell her followers or viewers are and turn everything into a conversation about race for fear that they'll turn on her and stop watching. I've got a million questions, but here's one that's top of mind. So for her, does she believe that she's the exception? Meaning, does she believe that she's one of the only special snowflakes with a dark skin color that has the ability to be successful in this country? If not, why isn't she telling everyone that with hard work, you can achieve great things in this land of opportunity? Now, on the flip side, if she does think that she's one of the rare special snowflakes that has succeeded here, that suggests to me that she thinks all other Black Americans aren't as smart or talented as her, so there's no way they can succeed. I mean, she can. Hey, Tiffany, you know what all Americans, regardless of skin color, need? Encouragement and people to look up to. Not someone telling them all the reasons they'll never succeed when you're sitting there as a living example of the amazing opportunities afforded to everyone in this country. All right, I promise you 2 good back and forth, so here's the second one.
We're talking about the Alien Enemies Act here. We're talking about using this wartime powers to extract what they call gang members. But there is still a human rights issue.
And the way that these people are treated is completely inhumane. And the fact of the matter is, if these were white babies being stripped from their families, if these were white men with families, there would be a whole different level of humanity extended to them. And I don't see that happening. The way these people are treated is absolutely criminal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scott, very quickly.
I mean, obviously, there's a huge dispute between the executive branch and the judiciary over who's got what authority to do what here. I think the Trump administration has an argument to make. It's not going to be sorted out at the district or even court of appeals level. At some juncture, because it is a serious separation of powers issue, the Supreme Court has to step in. By the way, you invoke the word inhumane. I would just point out that I don't think Jessica Nungare or Laken Riley or any other victims of some of these illegal immigrants and gang members, they weren't treated very humanely. And I think what Trump is responding to is an outcry from the American people to solve this issue, to get the criminals out. And that's what they're doing. That's what they believe their mandate is to do. And I think there are legal arguments to be made, but you cannot deny that the American people are giving them the benefit of the doubt when it comes to exiting from the country these animals.
No,
Tiffany Cross said the way these prisoners are treated is inhumane. Maybe she has a valid argument there, but I wouldn't know because, like so often happens with Democrats, she failed to give us a single example. And just so we're clear, they're talking about illegal immigrants that are violent criminals and being deported. So just to make sure that I'm getting this correct, with all the things there are to be worried about in our country and around the world, the treatment of murderers and sex criminals is what's super important to Tiffany Cross. To each their own, I guess. Lastly, the topic was the deportation of illegal immigrants that are violent criminals. But then Tiffany Cross said that if these were white babies, they'd be treated much better if they were in custody. I have to be out of touch because I had no idea that there was a problem with babies assaulting people. They're growing up faster and faster these days, huh? All joking aside, though, I'm confused because I thought babies were the one group the Democrats weren't interested in protecting. So, Tiffany, a humble suggestion. How about you put that same passion and energy that you have for violent criminals into protecting the inhumane, evil butchering of 400,000 to 500,000 black babies that are killed in this country every year? Now, to show what a good guy I am, I specify black babies because I know you hate white people. But what do you guys think? How concerned are you about these violent, illegal immigrant criminals and how they're treated? Oh, and also, I want to run a straw poll here. Let me know in the comments, on a scale from 1 to 10, how smart is Tiffany Cross? Let me know. Anyway, that's it for this video. If you like watching Scott Jennings just owning a room full of people on CNN, click on one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. Otherwise, as always, I've got the best viewers on the planet. I'm so incredibly grateful that you took a couple minutes out of your day to watch my video. It means everything to me. Never forget, Jesus loves you very much. See you guys.